Hello students, in last video we have seen the fundamental unit of living organism is a cell, and we are going to learn this chapter what are living organisms made up of. So as you know, the discovery of electronic microscope happened there, and it became so easy to understand the complex structure of cell, because cell contains many cell organelles. 8 organelles are there, they have their own functions, and within the cell they are functioning there. So what is the complex structure and how they functioning? It became so easy after the electronic microscope. As you can see on the screen here, electronic microscope is showing different pictures, you may say images of cell. This is the type of compound microscope. And now to understand the variety of cells found in nature, see onion bulb, how to make temporary mounts, leaf peel, root tip, onion peel. These all things became so easy to understand with the help of this type of complex, you may say compound type of microscope, electronic microscope. So to understand the variety of cells found in nature, we can understand by this the what is cell and how it working there. So to understand, here see, when we are taking example, the cell of amoeba are flexible and change their form. So how it is change their form? Because as previously you understood there that it has one cell, you may say it is unicellular. So one cell working there for their body functions. But as we have seen this previously, that in our body many cells are there, and multicellular body functioning by different cells and different organs, because all have their different system made up of this type of different cell. Now further we will see structural organization of a cell. So we can see that the animal cell is there, and beside this you can see in different cell organelles are there. So as we have discussed previously that multicellular organism, they have different kinds of cells and they have their different types of working. So here many cells you can see on the screen, and each cell has their cell organelles organized in a particular manner. So cell organelles, see mitochondria, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, and Golgi body. So these are the cell organelles. All these cell organelles are there, it is in the cell only, and they have their different functions, and different types of cells have their different basic structures also. So we can see in our body many organs are there, and they organ made some particular type of some system. So here some cells are there, see nerve cell, fat cell, smooth muscle cells. They have their own functions in different organs. Here, different types of cell have their different shape, size and functions. Generalized cell, here taking as an example of animal cell, and we can understand the three essential parts are there of a cell. See, first cell membrane or plasma membrane, and then cytoplasm and nucleus. See now, as you can see in the screen, the different organelles, they have their different functions. Here we have taken first three essential parts of the cell are the cell membrane, or we can say plasma membrane, then cytoplasm and nucleus. So cytoplasm and nucleus, you can understand that above these both, first given there plasma membrane. So functions of plasma membrane, otherwise work to do for cell membrane or plasma membrane is exchange of materials. Whatever we are taking as a food, so after digesting the food, it transports different parts in our body, and in the form of nutrients, the materials exchange only through the cell membrane. And then see, a ribosome, it has its function to synthesize of proteins. It means going to collect proteins. And then mitochondria, it has its work to release of energy. So different organelles have their specific type of functions. Here plasma membrane, how working there in the screen, you can understand some substances going to exchange. Hello students, we are discussing about structural organization of a cell. Previously we have seen that the main three components of cell: plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. So now we are going to understand how cell functioning with different types of organelles. So here three main components. First we will see the first outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment is called plasma membrane or cell membrane. So on the screen we can see here plasma membrane in animal cell, in plant cell and bacteria cell. So this covering of the cell, how separates the contents in different cells. Here three types of cells are given there, and it contains plasma membrane. Now plasma membrane or cell membrane has tiny porous, in Hindi we say chidra, through which substance enter and leave the cell. So here cell membrane, we can see in the animal cell, and internal structure here given there. So substances whatever we are taking in the form of food, so after digestion how they are exchanged there through this cell membrane, that we have to understand. So in the cell they exchange exit and entry taking place there. So cell can work. Plasma membrane allows, you may say, permits the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell in gaseous form and liquid form also. Here, through this picture, you may say screen, we can understand how they exchanging some elements in the form of oxygen, hydrogen, and some nutritive substances. So how does movement of this particle take place into the cell? We can understand by the process of this cell organelles. Moreover, if you pay attention fully and try to understand with the help of the screen, see carbon dioxide or oxygen in the form of gaseous form moves across the cell membrane through the pores of diffusion. So diffusion process takes place there, and this gaseous enters in the cell through the cell membrane. So H2O, water, CO2, carbon dioxide, they, as per need of cell, they enters in the cell, and we already learnt about this. See here, with the diffusion how take place there. Two types of here see situations is created, two types. As you know, when cell permits, you may say cell membrane permits to enter some elements in the cell, so two type condition is created there: high concentration region and low concentration region. So you all know, from high concentrated region to low concentrated region going to enter, the spontaneous movement, continuous movement of substance from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, whatever happening there through the cell with the help of the cell membrane, this is called diffusion. So particles, we can understand here, they are moving here higher concentrated region to lower concentrated region. So in our body, cellular functions carried out through diffusion. So some gaseous exchange happening there between the cells, and gaseous exchange. Okay, students. So see, at the time of this cell functioning, you may say diffusion of gaseous form of carbon dioxide and oxygen when taking place there. So carbon dioxide with high concentration accumulated there inside the cell, you may say stored there in more amount. So it is necessary that it should be excreted out. So how it going out? So high concentration going to be inside the cell and it pressurize outside the cell, and then it cell membrane allows to exit outside. So carbon dioxide with high concentration cannot move outside cell unless the external environment of the cell has low concentration of carbon dioxide. This you can understand well by this. So see here, high concentration happening there, external environment becomes low concentrate, and then this gaseous comes outside. So when there is a change in the concentration, carbon dioxide moves out from the cell to form this balance in the cell of the concentration of material. Oxygen enters when its concentration is low inside the cell. See what happened there. Here in the cell, when inside of cell concentration of carbon dioxide becomes high, that time external environmental concentration becomes low, that time CO2 comes out. Oxygen enters when its concentration is low inside the cell by the process of diffusion. So a reverse process here going on. Okay, oxygen enters when concentration is low inside. Reversing the process in the sense that as carbon dioxide exchange taking place there, here oxygen also taking place this process through diffusion, and we can see that the diffusion of gaseous particles how take place there. See, water enters and leaves the cell through the process of osmosis. So carbon dioxide and oxygen exchanging there through diffusion process, and water, you may say liquid form, some materials enters in the cell through the process of osmosis. So how it takes place there, you can understand through this. See that here on the screen we can see there that spontaneous continuous movement of water across semi-permeable membrane is affected by the amount of substance dissolved in water. So you all know that during digestion process, whatever materials dissolved in water enters in the cell through this cell membrane, and cell gets required nutrients through this semi-permeable membrane. So here also spontaneous movement occurs due to difference in the concentration of solutes, because here solution of some nutrients and some minerals, whatever dissolved water, they creates two types of regions, you may say concentration levels. So see here, the spontaneous passage of water molecules from a region of higher water concentration through a selectively permeable membrane to region of low water concentration is called osmosis. So as it was happening with the gaseous form material, here through this osmosis process, it also enters and exits through this process. So higher concentration and low concentration levels are created there, and semi-permeable membrane allows to enter through this process. If we observe the animal cell with the help of this microscope, so we can find some other things. Here see, in osmosis process, when cell is placed into a solution of water, sugar or salt, so we can see medium surrounding cell, higher water concentration, and inside their mediums inside the cell, lower water concentration. So two different situations are created, and this type of this functioning of cell, we can say that cell has three types of processes through this cell membrane, and these two situations are created there: higher concentration and lower concentration of this level. So cell taking these nutrients, otherwise some substances, through this process. The first in gaseous was diffusion, and dissolved in water, it is through this osmosis. As we have seen this, that if we see this cell under the microscope, creating this two medium surrounding the cell, higher concentration and lower concentration. So in the dilute form, this process is considered hypotonic, and with the help of this microscopic slide, we can understand that from outside it pressurized to enter inside the cell. So medium surrounding the cell, outside higher concentration and inside lower concentration. As it becomes same, you may say balanced situation in the cell. See, medium surrounding cell, medium inside the cell, and the same water concentration happening there. Then isotonic solution happening there. Water level travels through the cell membrane in both sides. Amount of water entering inside the cell as the amount of water exiting from the cell. Whatever water enters, so amount of water same exit also, and no overall movement of water there, then condition is happening in this way. So we can understand that the process of osmosis is taking place there. In this way, two type of concentration levels here, medium surrounding cell, lower outside, and medium surrounding level of inside. So this type happening there. So more water leaves the cell and the less water enters the cell. Previously we have seen there it was a reverse now. So in this way the process is taking place there. In the process of osmosis in a selectively permeable membrane is a special case of diffusion. So by this you can understand there that hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic solutions are there. So in three ways this osmosis process through diffusion taking place in the cell, and cell exits and enters the nutritive substances or whatever required substances in this way. Now see one example, you may say activity. Here we are going to understand the osmosis with an egg. So what happened? In the beaker we have to take 40% dilute hydrochloric acid, and here we have to put egg. The cell is made up of calcium carbonate of the egg. You all know outer covering of egg is made up of calcium carbonate and dissolved in the acid, hydrochloric acid. So see calcium carbonate outer surface of this, and T-cell egg, plasma membrane is there, and if you put this after this in pure water, so see through this osmosis with an egg, as we have put this egg in 40% dilute hydrochloric acid, so the process through this hypotonic solution, water enters the egg cell. Because water is hypotonic to eggs and enters inside, eggs going to swell. You may say egg swells there. And in the case of hypertonic solution, water leaves the egg cell. The salt solution is hypertonic to egg, and if we put this egg in salt solution, so water comes out from the egg cell and going to shrink of egg cytoplasm. So in the pure water, egg swells, and salt water, you may say salt solution, going to shrink there. So in this way, we can understand that
Let us
this
perform another activity.
3, through this activity we can understand that how it take place, the osmosis process in different ways. Okay student, see now, through this osmosis process, unicellular organisms like amoeba and paramecium, they also take this fresh water, and these are the freshwater organisms. So osmosis process also taking place there, and here in plant also dissolved salts sucks up through this root, and osmosis process taking place there. By this we can understand their diffusion helps in exchange of gases and water in the cell. So cells obtain nutrients from this external environment also. Materials move in and out of the cell through this process. So here cell membrane and plasma membrane is, you may say, flexible. Plasma membrane is made up of organic substances like lipid, protein. Here we can see that flexibility of cell membrane helps this unicellular organism to engulf food, you may say take inside, and material from this environment they are taking there through this process only. So flexibility of this cell membrane is very helpful for this type of unicellular organism. And how, see, they engulf these particles, you say, in the form of food, and then going to digest inside the body. So here this we can understand through this electronic microscope that how cells are working there, and exit and entry they're taking place there through this cell membrane, you may say permeable cell membrane, and how they inside the some organelles are there, how they working. So here you can understand there one plant cell is given there, and plasma membrane also. So it contains cell wall. So cell wall of this plant cell also helps to this cell. Here cell wall is situated outside the plasma membrane, so it also helps for this exit and entry. So in plant cell we can understand that the cell wall is non-living, freely permeable, and allows the substance to enter and leave the cell. So keep in mind there, cell wall of plant cell is non-living. Here some particles are enters here see through cellulose. So type of this cell you can understand that first cell wall is covering of this plasma membrane. Cell wall is non-living, freely permeable, and allows the substance to enter and out. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin. Cell wall is gives protection to the cell, also gives some mechanical strength. Cell wall determines the shape of cell. In this way, the cell has different organelles and different types materials are how exchanging through this. So when living cell, you may say living cell of plant cell loses water through osmosis, the content of cells contract or shrinks because water inside the cell comes out and moves away from the cell wall. So it going to shrink. Through this microscopic slide, we can understand that the particles are moving through this cell wall, and the phenomenon of this contracting of or shrinking of cell contained inside the cell wall is called plasmolysis. So this process in the cell happening through this cell wall, that is the plasmolysis process. So here in the plant cell wall functioning in this way in the cell, how plasmolysis taking place there, we can understand through this. Now to understand the process of plasmolysis by using, see this a leaf of Rio leaf, Tradescandia is taken there for example, and how this plasmolysis taking place there. So you can understand there we have to mount the peel of this Tradescandia leaf in water on a slide, and then with the help of the indicator we have to stain it, and with covering the cover slip, keeping under the microscope lens, some green granules are noticed in the cell. Small dot type green granules are there. See. So how they working there? Here inside there you will find chloroplast. It contains chlorophyll. So here see some sugar solutions are taking, you may say, there on this cell, and how this process going on you can understand through this cell wall and cytoplasm working. So question raised in mind, what is the reason behind the cytoplasm separating from cell wall? So see here previously we have seen this through the microscopic slide, and some materials through cell wall enters and plasmolysis process taking place there. So it clears here. See this slide shows that the how water comes out from the cell and separates the cytoplasm from the cell wall. So cytoplasm, cell wall, and in the hypertonic solution, how it works there, we can understand through this process, you may say, by this activity. So Tradescandia raw leaf working there in this way. So another activity here given there we will see next time.